you mentioned collaboration a bunch of times, and you've gotten the chance to work with some pretty amazing people like Matt Heafy and Herman Lee and Howard Jones and Breaking Benjamin and Brooks Wackerman and probably a bunch of others that I'm not even thinking of. What are some of the coolest moments you've had like that?
The coolest. Oh man. Meeting Trivium was very cool. That whole experience, going to, I think they were in Seattle for a show. And so we had been talking on Twitter. Someone had tweeted at Matt and said, "You should do a Shred Wars with this guy." And then Matt was like, "Yeah, I'm down." And then I was like, "Wait, what?" Like, okay, let's do it. So we started talking, and then I go there and hang out with them. And that's when he gives me a guitar and we have a bro hang. And I play a little, I think it was like 2 songs at sound check just for fun. And yeah, they're great. And so meeting them was really cool. And then going on that tour where I filled in for him was like a next level kind of
Yeah.
cool, because it's like, oh shit, like this is like reality. Like Matt
I mean,
has
that's going to
to.
be pretty intimidating, right?
Oh, dude, the first like 2 shows, I didn't move. I just stood there, stared at my guitar neck. I'm like, I'm not missing a single
I
note
mean, that stuff's
because
not easy to play either.
no. And
Plus
for
the fact
me,
that you're in front of a bunch of people
oh
and
yeah,
you're a
yeah.
YouTuber and all, it's just,
It was
it's a
it was
lot.
crazy. It was like a trial period a little bit of like, okay, can I actually step up to this next level
Right,
of
right.
performance, musicianship or whatever. That was really cool and super fun, very nervous, but got through it. And that's when I met Howard, which was also another really cool moment for me because I mean, he's been like one of my favorite vocalists since I was 15,
Sure.
and we're just like he's a perfect example of when they say don't meet your idols, he's the opposite of that. He's like, meet him if he's your idol, because he's the sweetest, nicest, kindest, funniest, silliest, like chillest dude I've ever met.
I thought you were about to
And
throw him under the bus. And I was like, wow,
oh yeah, yeah, Howard sucks,
like,
dude.
fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. No, he's great, man. He's awesome. And so we just started talking, and then he wanted to do some music. So I said, sure. That was really cool. Playing with Breaking Benjamin was really cool. That was the biggest crowd I've ever played in front of. So that was like a first type of experience, which is why I remember it so well.
And that was like in an
Um,
arena, right?
yeah, it was 15. It was 2 shows. The first show I think was 15,000, and the second show was 13,000
Dude, that's
people.
terrifying.
It was weird, man, because like it really wasn't for me. I There was so much people that when I stepped on stage, I just found like one person in the crowd who was having fun, and I was like, that's the entire crowd. Like I just focused on one dude that was just like, yeah. And I was like, okay, you're my guy. You're my like center point. Everyone's having fun, and everything else disappeared. It was like completely disassociated from the reality of being in front of that many people. Where like I've been way more nervous in front of 20 people at a local show that are just kind of standing there like right in front of you. It's like, oh God, like you're so close to me. But that was, yeah, it was definitely nerve wracking. But once I got on stage, I was like, oh yeah, like this is so sick. This is amazing. Um,
I mean,
certain
the people
moments.
you've, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say certain moments on stage, I would like kind of come out of the trance and like actually look at the crowd and be like, oh wow, like take it in, appreciate it for what it is, because I might never be here again in my life in front of this many people, But then it was just back into playing, and then I'm just locked on with this one guy, just like yeah, and everything else kind of disappeared. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I mean, I think it takes a lot of balls on your part to, I mean, even if it's just something like Shred Wars, but to even play guitar in the presence of someone like Herman Lee,
Mm,
that takes some balls.
yeah. Yeah, I try not to think about it. I know like there's so many people out there who are way better than me at pretty much everything, but it's like I'm just here to hang out and have fun and just kind of embrace where I'm at in life. So it's like I'll do a shred battle with Herman. I'm not going into it thinking like I need to practice for 2 weeks. I need to be
Right.
like so good. It's like no, like just, I'll meet him where he's at and he'll meet me where I'm at, and we're just a couple of dudes hanging out and having fun. Um it's never been like a, I don't know, I just never thought about it that way as kind of like a scary thing, or, oh, I'm gonna mess up in front of someone who's so good, he's gonna judge me, because I don't think he is,
It's not so much that he would, like, for me, the part that's scary is not that he would judge me. It's everybody else judging me. You know what I
Sure,
mean?
sure.
Because I mean, those guys don't give a fuck. That's just not how they are.
Yeah,
But it's just like, yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, naturally they're going to compare you. But the fact that you play with these people and you can hang with them, and like that says a lot about your ability as a musician. Which I think there's kind of a lot of kind of negativity about YouTubers, that they're like, guitar YouTubers, aren't real musicians or something like that, or that
right.
like, well, YouTubers don't deserve all the attention they get, or something like that.
Because they're
And
bedroom musicians.
yeah, exactly. But I
Yeah,
think all
yeah.
the stuff that you've done really shows that that just isn't true.
Well, the thing is that like I am just the one who's done it, but all these other YouTube guitar players, musicians could do that. Like a lot of
Sure.
them are way better than me. It's just, they might say no or I say yes. So it's like
Yeah.
the best person isn't even doing the job. It's just the person who's saying yes to do the
Right.
job that's asked. So, and I always tell that to like other people too, if they, because I talk to a lot of YouTubers that are, around the 50K followers, 100K followers. They always ask for advice. And I'm just like, dude, just like do your thing and say yes. Like
Hmm.
if you really want to see how far you can go in this, 99% of it is just saying yes. The more you say yes to do stuff, and then of course, obviously, you want to be prepared for what, like going on with Trivium or whatever. It's like, yeah, you have to learn 17 songs. You have to be able to play them,
Yeah.
but say yes, and then just like,
Although it'd be kind of funny if you showed up and didn't. If the video was like, I filled in for Trivium parentheses and I didn't know any of the songs.
That sounds like a K-Mac video. That's like something that
Right.
that he would do. No, yeah. Oh, dude, it was terrifying. But yeah, it's just like, if this is gonna be what I'm gonna do for my life, for my career, for until I'm old, it's like you got to do it. You got to play, you got to practice, you got to say yes,
Yeah.
you got to do stuff you may not want to do. A lot of the people that came to the mansion thing, it was their first time ever leaving their city, their town. They've never flown before. They've lived there the whole life, or like they've, just lived at home for the last 4 years and barely go outside. And a lot of people I had to like, hey, like they were super anxious about coming. And so I had to say, it's going to be totally fine. There's going to be a bunch of people here. We got a whole crew. Everything's taken care of. Like you're going to have a great time. Um, but there was a lot of people that almost
Just
said
watch out for
no.
alligators. There's a lot of
Yeah.
alligators around here, so be
Yeah.
careful if you go outside.
Yeah, Washington's known for their alligators. So, they showed up and they finally were like, okay, fine, I'll do it, after a little convincing. And they had the best week of their lives.